Good morning. It's Sarah. And it's time for Coffee and Crochet with Sarah. This is our live Facebook video that we do over on the Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page. So if you want to see the video live, you need to go over to my Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. And we try to do this every Tuesday unless I'm sick or something's going on. I see a lot of you already popping in. Good morning. It's good to see you all. And today our video is going to be just a little bit shorter because we're getting ready for the grandkids to get here. And so we're doing a lot of cleaning and moving things around and making sure, the sheets are ready for the beds and things like that. All right, now today we're going to talk a little bit about some crochet slang terms. And the reason is I keep getting lots of emails and messages saying, I'm new to crochet. What does this mean? I'm new to crochet. What does this other thing mean? And a lot of times they're slang terms that we use in crochet. And we're going to talk about that just a little bit. Yes, there are a lot of terms in crochet that we use every day, single crochet, skip, space, all those basic stitches and abbreviations. And these are that we're going to talk about in a little bit are just some fun slang terms. All right. Good morning, everybody. I see a lot of you already commenting in. Wow, a lot of great new names and names I see every week. It's so exciting. I love to see all the new names, but I also love to see the names that I recognize from week to week. Before we get started in our conversation, I've got my butterfly cup today because we're well into the summer vacation. And when I think of summer, I think of butterflies. One of the things anyway. Let's go ahead and clink in. Clinkety clink clink. Now, what that means, if you don't know what clinking in means, it's just a way to be silly and say, hey, I'm here. And another thing, I got a comment this week. A lady said, I don't drink coffee, but I drink tea. Is it okay if I watch? Of course. I don't care what you drink or if you drink anything at all. I just happen to really like coffee. And if you happen to really like Dr. Pepper or 7-Up or something else, grab you something to drink or don't. It doesn't matter as long as you're popping in and watching right along with us, because what I always say is I can't do this without you. You're the audience. You tune in and watch it, and it makes my day when I see all the new names and all the names that I recognize. All right, now today we're also going to reveal the winner of the June giveaway, and I'll be giving that name in just a few minutes. Before we do that, though, I want to talk about some of these silly slang terms. Let me get some coffee here because my throat's a little dry. All right. Now, some of the silly slang terms are, some of them aren't silly. They're just abbreviations and things. And of course, like I said, we're always going to have, like SC for single crochet or SK for skip. Those are things we use on a daily basis in a written pattern. Well, one of the ones I got a message through Facebook said, what does HOTH mean? And it means hot off the hook. That means you've just finished a project and it's hot off your crochet hook. Another woman, she says, why do we call ourselves hookers? We're not ladies of the night. Or men, for that matter, because men are hookers too. And what that really means is because we use a crochet hook opposed to knitting needles where you have 2 points, we're using a crochet hook. And so we call ourselves hookers. Like my hooking pin. So don't be offended. It's just a silly term that we use. Another one I got was, what does C2C mean? And we've come to call the block corner to corner stitch a C2C. And C2C just means corner to corner. But what you don't or you might realize, but what you may not know is that any pattern, no matter the stitch, if it's worked from corner to corner opposed to straight across, is considered a C2C or corner to corner. You can work any stitch corner to corner opposed to straight across. But what has happened is, because the block stitch corner to corner has become such a popular one, that's pretty much what people think of when they say corner to corner or C2C. All right. Another one is, why in the world do people call tearing out their yarn or tearing out their project frogging? And I remember many years ago when I heard someone use this term, I was like, what? Frogging? But it's because when you're pulling out stitches, you're ripping out your stitches. And it's just a fun term meaning to rip out your stitches. You're frogging a project. You may have found a mistake a few rows back, or a lot of rows back, sometimes for me. And so we just call that frogging. It's just a fun term for that. Another one is PhD. And it's called a PhD in crochet is a project half done. It's not the same as a PhD when you get a PhD doctorate, right? All right. Another one is a yarn barf. And we always, when I was doing crochet many years ago, we always called it our yarn barf. We always called it our yarn's having a baby, because you're pulling out the yarn and out comes, because you're trying to pull from the center, and out comes this big amount of yarn, and it's like, bloop, oh man, my yarn barfed. But we always called it yarn having a baby, so it's okay. You can call it whatever you want to, right? All righty. I was just reading some of the comments. Another one is a yarn bomb. And a yarn bomb is when you decide you're going to cover something out in public with yarn. A lot of times people will make big hearts and hook them on fences, or wrap trees or poles, and it brightens things up. And I really like the idea of the yarn bombing. The only time it bothers me is when it gets left and they don't go back and take it off. You know, it's tearing up, it's getting dirty, and it's starting to look a little tacky and worn. And you need to go back, in my opinion, remember, this is just my opinion. I think if you're going to go yarn bomb something, that you need to go back and take it off so it doesn't look tacky. So, okay, another one is a FO, which is a finished object, similar to hot off the hook. And then there's also FOTH, which is fresh off the hook. And it's pretty much the same thing as hot off the hook. It just means it's just finished. You finished your project and it's fresh off the hook. Here it is, you know. All right, let me look on my list here, see if I finished. And the last one that, and there's a whole bunch more. These are just the ones that I use the most. And the last one is my Crochet. And a lot of people have taken that from meaning I've lost my mojo, and they call it Crojo. And it's, if you've lost your Crojo, it just means that you've kind of lost your inspiration for crocheting. You want to take a break, and sometimes it's a good idea. And I always say, if you're working a great big project, sometimes it's kind of nice to take a break from that big project and work on something small so you can get something done, you know, instead of feeling like you're constantly working on this huge project and not getting anywhere. Because crochet can take a while if you're working on a really big project. Anyway, those are just some fun crochet terms, and I know there's a whole bunch more. I know there are. But those are just the ones that I jotted down to talk about. See where I spilt my coffee? I'm telling you, I am a mess today. I am a klutz. I always have been. I spill things. I drop things. You know, that one morning when I dropped the coffee beans all over the floor, and then I slipped on the coffee beans. Alrighty, are we ready? I wanted to wait a little bit to give the name of the winner to make sure more people were in. And are we ready to hear who the winner is? Now, what the winner's going to win are these 2 cakes of amigurumi, however you pronounce that. One's unicorn, one is elephants, and then this box of stitch markers. Oops, there we go. Okay, and the winner's name is, are you ready? Drum roll. All right, let me look on my card here. The name of the winner is Joy Bell. Joy Bell. Now, if Joy Bell is here, I haven't seen her name. Just want to remind you, do not put your shipping address or email in any comments here on Facebook or on YouTube. What you need to do, I won't chase you down. You chase me down. If you're the winner, go to Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page and you can send me a message. And then in that message, you can send me your shipping address. If you don't know how to find that, you can go to www.poshpoochdesigns.com, and on my webpage up in the corner it says contact. Just click that contact and it'll shoot me an email and you can send me your shipping address that way. So you have 2 ways to do that. All right, so if you know Joy Bell, you can congratulate her and tell her to contact me so I can send her prize. All right, are you ready to find out what's new this week at Posh Pooch Designs? Well, yesterday we did our 6th square, and it's called the Meshy Granny, and it's called Meshy because it's a mesh. See how it has all the holes in it? It's just a fun granny square. We're on our 6th one because this is June. We did that yesterday. The video and everything is out there. We also did the tag. And this one's one that's going to be coming out this week. And it's a real neat idea to do this because you just make a tag with a loop on it. And then you can loop that on anything. And it's real easy to put it on. You just pull it through. And the reason I did this originally was because when I was going to the gym, my water bottle kept missing. And I'm like, this is nuts. Quit stealing my water bottle. I put it in my bag, but sometimes maybe I'd forgotten and left it sitting on the counter or something. And people would just take it. And I would check the lost and found. It wouldn't be there. And so I thought, I'm going to make a tag and stick it on my water bottle. And that tag's going to tell them, hey, that's mine. Stop taking my water bottle. But it's also a good thing to make to maybe put on your kids' backpacks or lunch bag or something. And don't put their name on it. Just put some sort of a letter or a symbol or something that lets them know, yes, that one's mine. You can put this on your luggage. It's really super easy. You just loop it on, then you take the end and you loop it through. You don't have to worry about any, hardware, metal, or anything. It just loops right on. All right, that one's going to be coming out this week. And the other thing that we did was the Stow and Go bag. And I love this bag because it looks like it's kind of small. But when you open it up, it's huge. And it fits all kind of stuff. And it's a really neat bag because you can use it like a yarn bowl. If you're anywhere where, like in the airplane or in the car, you want to take a project with you, you can put kids' toys in there, and then they set them out and everything stays within that bag. And then when you're ready to go, you just pull the string, you stow, and you go. It's a great bag. And it whips up really easy because it's made with chunky yarn. It's a chunky number 6 yarn. So, and that's one that we did this week. Another thing that we did, I don't know where I put those. Well, anyway, another thing that we did, I don't know where they went, is the dog poo bags. And we had done one earlier a couple years ago. We just updated the pattern, made a brand new video, and it's really neat because you can use the rolled up bags or you can take your grocery bags, and I show you how to roll them up and put them inside this little bag. And you just clip it on your, like I have a backpack that I take for my dogs when we go on a walk or go up in the mountains or something. And I have a backpack and I just clip that on there. And then I always have poo bags. One of the things that annoys me the most when I'm at the park with my dogs is people who don't pick up after their dogs. And it seems like it's always the dogs that leave a great big mess. I don't want to say poo. I said it. And if you have a trash bag with you, you can just, you put your hand in the trash bag, you pick it up, and then you pull the trash bag over your hand. So you don't even have to touch it. You don't have to mess with it. You just pick it up and yeah, throw it in the trash. It is an annoyance to me. I mean, parks are full of kids and lots of fun, and nothing's more annoying than you accidentally step in somebody else's poo, you know? And so if you've got some bags with you, even if another person doesn't, you can always offer them, here, want to pick that up? Here's some bags. Especially where the kids play. It annoys me at dog parks, but it also annoys me at just a regular park. Just pick up after your dog. It's a great way to reuse those plastic bags that you get from Walmart and Target and King Super and other grocery stores. You know, just put a bunch in your car. It's a pet peeve with me, okay? All right, now there's one more thing I wanted to show you is I have a friend, her name is Tori, and I met her when she was 12, and she's now, I think, 21. And she's a real sweet girl, got a real sweet heart. And her and I used to go to the gym together and work out at like the water aerobics or swim laps and stuff. And she's just a real sweet girl. And one of the things she always wanted to do was to go to Ireland. And so this last month, it's been about 6 weeks, I think. Yeah. She got the opportunity to go to Ireland and to stay with a missionary over there. And she stayed there for 4 weeks. And she had the best time. I can't wait to see a lot of her pictures. But while she was over there, she purchased me some beautiful yarn. Look at this. Can you see the sparkle in that? I'm going to turn it a little bit. Can you see that sparkle? This is a beautiful yarn. It's like a blanket yarn, only it's like a combination of the blanket yarn and the velvet yarn, because it's like the blanket, but it's so soft. And it has that sparkle in there. And she bought me 4 of them over there in Ireland. She couldn't remember the name of the store that she bought them from, but that's okay. I had never seen this brand before. It's called So Crafty. And it's I've never seen it here in America. Now, maybe some of you have. And if you live near Ireland or anything, let me know what you think about this yarn. I'm just curious because I think it's beautiful. I can't wait to make something out of it. And I just thought that was the neatest thing that she did, that she thought of me while she was over there having her wonderful vacation. My husband and I, when he was in the Air Force, we lived in Germany, and we got to do a lot of traveling in Europe. And it was one of the best, 3.5 years of our lives, just being able to travel all over Europe and see a lot of things. But we never got to go to Ireland. And I think that someday I would probably like to go. It's such a beautiful country. So green. I hear it rains a lot, though. But anyway, I'm real excited about this yarn. She's a sweet, sweet girl with a good heart. And I don't exercise at the gym anymore because, there were some issues with, I kept getting boils from the water and there were some other issues. So I don't go to that particular gym anymore. But we did just purchase a swim spa. And I'm real excited about that. I've been swimming. It's a different idea because the water is moving and you're swimming. And anyway, it's a lot of fun. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it. But it's a lot to learn too. All right, now I'm getting ready to go. I told you today's video is not going to be as long because we're getting ready for the grandkids to get here and we're going to have a lot of fun. But I wanted to just remind you of the winner of the yarn from Red Heart, the 2 cakes and the stitch markers. The winner's name was Joy Bell. And remember, contact me through the Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page in the messages, or go to my webpage and hit that contact and it'll shoot me an email. Do not ever put your email address or your shipping address in any of the comments. And make sure y'all congratulate her. And if she doesn't see this, let her know that she won. Alrighty. I'm going to let y'all go. Like I said, today's video is going to be just a little bit shorter. And next, my grandkids will be here on Saturday. And so next week we are going to have a live video, but it'll probably be another short one. And I've got kind of something fun planned for it. So anywho, as I always say, thank you all for being with me today. It's been fun. And like I always say, I can't do this without you. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.